might help if I turn mics on. It's okay. All right, hey, we're live.
Did it happen?
We're good. We're good with another The Forsaken, which is every Monday night here on Mapboard Streams at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Yeah, welcome chat, welcome players. We'll start off with inspiration rolls. So everyone's already rolled. Dun dun dun.
No, I haven't.
Oh, roll, Joe.
I'm loading my character sheet because I don't know where my physical D20 went. Damn. It's
So
oh wait,
pressure.
it's an 8.
Okay. All right. Gerbil, what'd you get?
A 2.
Okay. All right.
16.
Great.
14.
Wonderful. And we'll wait just a moment for when Dan gets back. So let me go ahead and get to our recap from last week. So really quick. So after narrowly escaping an active bed of snapdragons in the jungle, our adventurers arrived at the hidden mouse tribe of Milo and Cheddar. Once there, they met the tribe elder Nadia, who provided more information on both the dandelions as well as Dem Glemte. During their discussion, Nordic, one of the elders' mouse helpers, approaches with news of his trip outside the mountains and the current whereabouts of an interesting half-orc that traveled through the area a few days ago. Nordic is assigned to guide the party to the dandelions and the widening rift. On the way, they run into some playful forest nymphs just as they reach their destination. Using polymorph, they're able to carry the dandelions as they turn into 2 giant eagles to safety and back to their jungle. The alpha lion, Kingsley, is most grateful, offering his pride's help should they ever need it, as well as their protection as they bed down for the night. The next morning, they went back to the mouse tribe and are gifted a permanent mouse guide for the rest of their journey in the demiplane, Polo. All in all, the group continued their journey with not only a bit more information on Dem Glemte, but also a better understanding of what may lie ahead of them. And that's where we left off last week on The Forsaken. Yeah, y'all, I think that we ended the session last week with y'all stepping away from the tribe, or from the clan, the mouse clan. Polo kind of stepping a few feet in front of you, but also not being able to really... It seems fast, but not really as you know, I mean, you could definitely outpace him if you wanted to. But Polo seems pretty confident in their strut in front of you, kind of leading away from the mouse tribe, kind of around the jungle, to where you won't have to go through the jungle again to get away from the mountainside there where the mice lived. What do y'all want to do?
I believe Polo was leading us south through the
Slaughterglade.
Yes, so kind of, which is a little south east, directly south. I mean, you can go directly south, but they did say that there was a rift there. Not unsure about how wide that is now. But then you have the Slaughterglade where you heard that the other adventurers might be in. All right, so let me just pull up. Yeah. Scatterbrain today. I warn you now. Yeah. So y'all are heading kind of southeast. And Polo is walking in front of you. Again, very confidently. It should be about, I think, like a day and a half before we get there. So just keep traveling, keep marching, and we'll get there when we can. Okay?
Sounds good.
Just his little, he has little
We'll be
aviator
just fine.
goggles on.
Polo, have you ever been through the Slaughterglade before?
A few times. I tend to kind of venture out a little bit farther than some of the other mice sometimes. But yes, so I've been to the Slaughterglade, yes.
It seems fairly intimidating.
Well, you know, for small folk, it's very easy to kind of, I mean, it takes a while, but, you know, not too many things tend to kind of come after us or notice us. You know, traveling with the group of you might be a slightly different story.
Do you think these, what were they, giants? That they're gonna see us as a threat or attack us on sight because we're not small folk?
Well, I don't think so. But I've never really traveled with your kind before. Now, I don't think that they tried when yeah. I don't know. I've never traveled with anyone bigger than me.
Have you ever seen them attack?
Nope. Well, they did. Now, I haven't traveled with anyone bigger than me, but I have seen the tent with the other people, the other adventurers out there. And I know that they keep a watch out. I haven't seen it attack them, though, but they seem a little frightened of it. Funnily so, sometimes.
Right.
Did you even plan this out?
Plan? What's that?
Cheeky little thing.
Why don't we pause there and do the Caszeel, did you roll for inspiration?
7.
Okay. Oh, for a second I thought you were going to say the number again. It's a 17. So I think it was a 17. I'm pretty sure. Because I looked down and it's a 7 actually, but I'm pretty sure it was a 17, which goes to Frank, right? You got a 16, Tegan, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So you get the
Quantum
inspiration.
entangled dice. Look again.
Every time you look at it, it changes.
And has juju
State.
powers where he's just like, nope, it wasn't 17. I changed it to a 7. Yeah. All right. So Tegan has inspiration for the night
Nice.
that he can use at his leisure. All right. Yeah. So y'all, I mean, go ahead. And who is planning to? I mean, you've been through this way before, so I would say that you kind of know, and you have Polo guiding you. Let me see how Polo does here. Okay. Yeah, Polo seems to get a little distracted during the day, during your travel. I will say that he barely misses some of the worms. To the point where, let's see here, we got 6 players, 5 players. Not an even number. This is undoable. I don't know. To the point where Tegan, you do kind of have a narrow miss with the worms. You do kind of get paralyzed at one point, but are quickly, helped out of it, and you came out of it okay. You're fine.
What are these, the baby worms again?
Yeah, there's little worms that do like the high pitched shrill that numbs
The diglets.
numbs you. Yeah. Other than that, it's a pretty let me just pull up the map here. It's a pretty easy walk. To the point to where like you it starts getting evening. You start seeing
kind of-
some of those go ahead.
Kind of terrain environment? Is it just grasslands?
Yeah, I mean, you've traveled, Stephanie, again, I tell you, I warn you, scatterbrained. Let's see here, Dem Glemte, map. Yeah, you've traveled kind of pretty much this far before. when you first came through this area, and you kind of, and that's when you started seeing the mouse, and that's when you first ran into the worms, is kind of close to where, a little bit before where you're bedding down. So it's that kind of rolling green plain. It's a little hilly. You of course see the jungle off to your left that you just left, and the mouse, which is the mouse tribe, is on the other side of. To your right, you see some pretty tall mountains. And then ahead of you, just more mountains in the far, far, far distance on the horizon. But otherwise, it's pretty open area. You have a few trees here. In fact, like, you could probably make camp around the same area that you did before. You backtracked that much when you went after the mouse. Or followed the mice, I mean. So you do kind of come up on that same kind of outcropping of trees that you could bed down in for the night. Do y'all want to camp down there?
Hmm.
Do you want to set up in the same place or
It's
a
getting
little
about
ways off?
evening.
Yeah, we should.
Hey,
Well, hopefully, your tribe, Polo, won't be stealing from us again.
No, I think Cheddar might have learned his lesson. I think it's fine. I can keep watch. I don't need a lot of sleep, so. And you see then, you kind of notice then that on his belt is like this cup that he takes out and drinks from. Looks almost like a miniature to-go cup.
It's crack.
So y'all decide to bed down there for the night.
water breathing, tiny hut.
Water breathing and tiny hut, yes. Yeah. Do y'all want to do anything before picking out watches and settling down for the night? Polo, as soon as you start setting up camp, you see he sets up his own little camp, similar to what Nordic did when you found the dandelions. And, but unlike Nordic, Polo's first priority seems to be like making coffee for himself, like a little miniature pot of coffee. You definitely
this is Dan the mouse.
You definitely see him taking off like this like other satchel off his belt and like getting some grinds in and some beans and roasting his own coffee, his little miniature coffee over the fire. Miniature
Nice.
fire.
Gerber will kind of set up his little tent, I guess, kind of near the hut, but Gerbil doesn't want to impose with everybody in the hut since it's not that big, and
Okay.
he's a smelly bugbear.
Okay.
And also he's still a bit on edge about everything, and he wants to watch.
Okay.
After that, Gerbil would, sit out and spend time with the griffin, and feed him little rations and
Okay.
read a little bit more of the book, How to Train Your Griffin.
Okay. All right. How many hours are you putting into that, do you think?
It's like 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you're starting to learn a little bit more. Yeah, you're about probably halfway through the book, probably a little bit less, but close. There are some lovely illustrations of griffins in it, as well as there's like 3 pages of the prey that they eat, and also some vegetation supplements if they can't find meat. but they can't last on that for very long, it says. Yeah, there's learn how to kind of take care of it better, how to like some of the adult, more about stuff about with the adult griffins, their hunting habits, as well as like their size that they usually grow to, and also variations, which let me see, where does this come from? Okay. Yeah, which actually doesn't include a griffin that looks like with the blue tips, the blue wings, the blue tips on the wings that you that you know that your griffin's mother had, and that also your baby griffin has, or nothing about like the starry eyes.
It's not a griffin at all. Just start looking through the book and realize, oh, you're just a cat. No,
Everything's
My
just
bad.
something dash cat,
yeah.
owl cat, bird cat.
Griffin cat.
Was like the prey like the things it eats? Was it like normal things I've heard of, or were there like special like Dem Glemte kind of things that I haven't heard of? Or
No, it's all pretty normal.
okay.
Yeah, nothing too extraordinary about the information in the book. I mean, like, you're learning more about griffins, but it's nothing that's like, that's weird. I've never seen that before. So the animals look pretty regular. That includes mice as part of their prey. So interesting. And also other like smaller animals like rabbits and squirrels and pretty much anything that small that won't give too much of a fight back.
Okay.
At least not in like singular or small numbers.
All right.
And the griffin responds pretty well to you this evening. It seems still like it's a little it's been jostled around a bit, and it definitely, when you are there spending time with it, you definitely see it kind of looking over at Polo, over by Polo's fire, kind of like, curious glances, and definitely seems to be keeping an eye on Polo.
Mice are friends, not food. Well, the talking ones. We'll figure it out later.
Ah,
Just kind of squawk at you, but then kind of like nuzzle up against you. All right. Polo will kind of notice you outside. So I heard you had kind of a weird occurrence. Some kind of unfortunate things in the jungle.
Oh, in the jungle.
The canopy.
Yeah, there was the flower birds that were not nice. That's a bit acid or whatever. And then there was the snapdragons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
You're probably too big.
We gathered.
Yeah. Yeah. Not used to your kind. So
But now we know.
now you know. If you ever go through the
Knowing
canopy
half the
again, now you definitely know.
Yep.
So, what are you called? I mean, sorry. I'm a mouse. Hi. But what are you? You look kind of, like a bear?
I mean, I don't think I look like a bear, but I am a bugbear.
Oh,
Guess it's kind of confusing.
wait. Hold on. Kind of stands up. Hold on a second. So you're a bug and a bear? You don't look like a
No.
bug.
No, I'm not a bug. I don't
Where are
know
your
where the name.
Kind of like walks over to you and like starts like circling you. the griffin kind of in your arms. So we'll actually try to get out of your arms and get at Polo.
Hey, no.
Oh, hey! Polo will get out a slingshot.
Whoa,
I'm
hey,
armed.
Right.
Okay.
How? But isn't Polo still like twice the size of this baby griffin? Or
Sure. Well, I mean, Polo's like,
Okay.
a foot tall. 12 inches.
Oh, I thought Polo
Ian's
was
12
like
inches
3
tall, I
feet.
believe is how
Okay.
you said it.
Oh, that's right. I remember now.
Sea mouse.
12 inches.
Are we all here? Because
I mean, you
or
can
is
be.
this separate?
Yeah, you can be. Like, it's outside.
Oh,
It's in the
I would
evening.
just super quickly. 'Cause I don't want to step
Sure.
in this.
No, go ahead.
Well, you see, that bug and bugbears from old common. Bug used to mean something scary or frightening, and so particularly scary bear is what bugbear means.
How do you know that?
Yeah, can
Yeah, how do you know that?
agree on that?
Cheeky little thing.
I'm a sage.
Oh my god.
It sparkles in the air.
Like anime. Like,
Yeah. Yep.
She,
Yep. Yep. Huh. What's a
Uh.
sage? I know that there's a plant called sage.
Nice. Aye. Well, I'm
Are
a
you a plant?
researcher,
Are you a
No.
plant
he
person?
is.
but I
He is a
studied
plant
some.
person. He is.
Perhaps. It's just someone that does a lot of research on lore and the multiverse and arcana and plants and nomenclature, such.
Better if you just stop.
Also study.
What does Zephyr just say?
Better if you just stop.
Huh. So you're a sage man. You're a bug and a bear, and you're a, and points to Zephyr, a bird.
Zephyr's the name.
Kind of lean in and look inside the hut if y'all are in there, Tegan and Renarius. And what are y'all? Are the two of you two things together, or one thing, or are you together? You're in there together.
Excuse me.
He's
Hi.
shirtless.
I'm a human.
So you're not like a bear or a bird or a sage or
He's part part
well-
man. He is an owl.
you're part owl. So
No,
you're
no,
an
no,
owl
no,
man.
no, no.
An owl
I am
person.
not. I am not an owl person. I had an owl, but now it's gone. It was attacked by the birds, and I need to make another one. But that's besides the. No, I'm just a human.
Okay. And you? Looks at you, Tegan.
I'm an elf. Just a plain old wood elf.
So you're made out of wood. Got it.
No, that's just
Wow. Okay, so this group is really interesting. Kind of like looks to all of you. I had no idea, but this will be great. I didn't know that there were so many different creatures outside the demi-plane.
Have you not seen any of our?
Oh,
kind
well, I mean,
before?
I've seen some people pass through here and there. I know that the mages, originally came from, their ancestors. I don't know. Sure, I've seen you, but I haven't seen a lot of you. Who knows? Well, it's great to be with you. Super excited to be here. And, yeah.
What about
Pleasure.
you? Are you just mouse?
Just a mouse. That's all I am. Well, and a mouse and a guide. Obviously I'm guiding you. An adventurer. Some say an explorer. Kind of adjusts his goggles. But, Mostly a mouse.
Not a vampire at all.
No, not a vampire. Not in this quadrant, anyways.
Oh.
Vampiric mouse are in the other quadrant.
Oh, that.
Which
Which
quadrant?
Can you mark that on our map?
Oh, well, yeah, that would be up in the northern, the northeast quadrant. You know, up, kind of like, you know, we're here, they're there, and they're over here, but we're right here.
All right.
And are they nice? Vampiric? Nice?
I've only heard about them. I haven't met any. So kind of like lean in a bit. So we have, so I found a book once that was about vampires. And I mean, don't tell anyone, but I would kind of like to meet them. Because they sound really like, sounds like a good time, honestly.
Zephyr will take out the book, The Red Tide.
Yo, you kept it?
Oh yeah, I
Awesome.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeps everything.
Oh my god.
And vampire.
Make a wisdom saving throw, Zephyr.
It's like, do we finally get a guide? And we're gonna get him possessed?
Take a shortcut up to the northeast quadrant. We'll skip the library entirely.
Just
That's
fly
a
right over it.
16.
Okay.
16.
Yeah. You take this out and you kind of like show it, and you remember it was a good time reading it, but you're okay. You're not feeling a pull to start reading it again right now. Polo will look at it and be like, "What's that?"
Vampire.
No, that's not a. That's kind of like looks at the rest of you. That's not a vampire. That's a book.
It's a
Yeah.
book
He's-
about
he's-
Vampire
stuff.
book.
Oh. Do you mind if I look at it?
Not friendly.
I don't
Are you saying I'm not friendly?
know. The
Book.
book, I
Book
think
not
that,
friendly.
No, I think Joe's gonna kind of like step in between.
Wait,
That book is not a good book. It's,
What do you mean?
Can affect your.
oh, it's not
judgment.
well written. That's what you're
No,
saying.
it's terribly written.
Oh, I don't want it then.
It's so terrible it makes you angry.
I actually, well, since it's my favorite and kind of goes into
You're dead wrong.
his pack, and pulls out, like, you notice that, like, on his pack is like this scroll that's almost too big for the pack, but it's like tied onto it. And he takes it out and he starts rolling it out on the ground, and it's several book pages just rolled together.
Oh,
Here's the book.
wow.
It's called An Evening Encounter. Evening because vampires like to be out at night. Good book. Very interesting. There's this one guy, Stefano, who's a vampire. And he's looking for someone to be friends with him. So he finds this female, Maria, and starts talking to her. And it ends up, he gets excited and he bites her on the neck. And they become friends. They become really close. Really close. They get a room together. They, get some breakfast, and it turns out that his clan is like upset with this other clan, and then all of a sudden these like wolves come into play, and then they attack, and everyone is upset. Maria's crying, and I've never read anything so well written ever.
Thank you for facilitating that meeting. It was really helpful.
But if any of you want to try it out, I always keep it with me. I read it at least 20 times a year. Sometimes more.
I want to help you.
It's
Oh,
nice to have a hobby.
Book. Vampire book.
they said that one's not well written. This one's well written.
Dead wrong.
They are Huffler, which is the author. I read that. Does an excellent job describing vampires and how they are and how they dress and, how they prefer things.
Were the bodies still warm?
The bodies are very warm in this book. Well, until they get the blood drunk out of them, and then they're cold. Sometimes they like that too.
I've never actually seen a vampire
Vampire
either.
book.
What
No,
do
I don't
they
want
act
it.
like?
What?
What do vampires act like from your book?
Oh, from my book? Well,
It's a sparkle.
I'll catch you all in the morning, Head over to my get a sleep.
Stefano is really dark and mysterious. Wears a very long black and red cape with gold, it says shimmering gold, designs on it.
It's a sparkle.
And anyway, and he's dressed, in this suit, and he comes over. And he talks to Maria, but yeah. So the vampires, they all just very dark and mysterious. And Stefano has a sister. Now she is not pregnant. No. Now she dresses and she wears dresses.
Very talkative.
That the writer describes as very low cut. I'm thinking that means it's a long dress.
That's exactly what it means. Yes.
It obviously seems like someone was looking for something.
And also that she, and also describing a lot of the female vampires have ample bosoms, which I think is like a dowry that they get from their father.
Yes, exactly.
Be a bit to touch the bodies.
Yes. You know who would love this book?
Who?
But she's already gone to bed. But I think Pixford would love this book.
Yeah. You think?
Yes, you might want to tell
okay.
her later. I don't think.
Sure, I will.
But...
Yep, I will tell. Yeah, I will absolutely. I mean, it's here, and I read it I just finished reading it again 2 days ago, so the story is fresh in my mind.
Trick.
Oh no. I left my journal at the clan. My journal, I've written my own stories about the characters in the book because I read it so much that sometimes I like to think of other things happening.
Oh.
So I wrote some things down there.
Honestly, I think we could use all the help we can get.
So I wrote some things down there. One day I'd really like to get them published, but I just...
How does one get something published?
Honestly, I think we could use all the help we can get.
Is that the library or?
Oh, I don't know. I just know that these books obviously exist. I mean, that
not quite long enough yet.
The vampire
books.
Oh, the books, right? I haven't. There's just a lot of stories that I want. I think I want to do several stories together, about the vampires and put them all into one book. So that way, it's not just one story. You can get all kinds of different stories in one book.
10 times larger, maybe more, maybe even endless.
Maybe. I mean, can you make a book endless?
You seem to have far greater power than any of us.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I can ask someone about making a book endless. Hey, you're a wizard. Do you know about making books endless? Is that possible?
I am sure that anything is possible, but I don't have any intimate knowledge of making a book endless. I would be a fairly poor source of information on that topic.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I'll have to whenever our adventure is over, I guess I'll have to show you it. In the meantime, if you ever want me to do dramatic readings of this book, I can. I've done them for the clan before, and some people really enjoy it.
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Great. I will gather up where I want to start, and we'll do this sometime soon.
I got your back.
So not
Great.
right now. It's good.
I'm ready for your
we
test.
Need to start.
Okay, I don't have a test.
Start
There's not going to be
setting
any
up
tests
the-
involved, Bird.
The watches. You should probably start setting up the watches. It's getting kind of late.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I'm
As I
working
said,
with what I have here.
I'm not really sleepy, so I can definitely keep watch all night. Well, actually, I'll not take watch the last watch because I should probably sleep instead of watching. I need to get at least a little bit of sleep, but I don't need like 8 hours like you big ones do.
Breathing, thank goodness, but not awake.
Right, exactly. I'm not dead, just not watching.
Careful eyes. Good night.
Good night. So who wants to take first watch with me?
I imagine everyone's already gone to bed, leaping German.
Okay, well,
Since he started it.
I'll
so.
wake someone up for the second watch, okay? I'll wake someone up since no one told me who to wake up.
I will
Starts
take
drinking some more coffee.
third watch.
Okay, all right, got you.
I'll take second. Thank you, Polo.
I'll be in watch with you during second, Tegan. Good night.
Looking forward to it.
Bye.
I appreciate
see,
your
as
hope
you
and
all kind of, like,
optimism.
Go into your tent, you kind of like, he's just kind of settling in, this fire with this coffee and just kind of sipping it and looking around. You see him kind of jump up. And then sit
Zephyr
back
will
down.
come back out and just set the red tie
God,
down
okay.
near the fire and then
Okay.
walk back into the tent.
All right. Are you trying to do this stealthily or no?
No.
Okay.
Dude,
Like mock stealthily.
So Polo would just kind of watch you.
Yeah, like eye contact, but moving like and setting the book down and backing away slowly.
during the
Good
the
night.
first watch, Gerbil will kind of just... He'll keep a lookout, but he's
You're not as dumb. as
he's
you
worried
look.
about... He's worried about Polo and his Polo-ness.
It'd be a great addition to the group. Okay. So second watch. So, first watch. Oh, thank you, Dan. First watch goes off without a hitch. When you wake up, Polo will wake you up for second watch, Tegan. Hey, welcome
Hello.
back. Welcome awake. Yeah, I don't know. So I made some coffee for you. Would you like some coffee?
That sounds wonderful.
Okay.
He holds out his normal cup.
Okay.
Like
He'll take. Yes, it is, Jonathan. So he'll take the cup and just kind of like bring it over, and his small teapot, he'll kind of pour just a little bit in. It's just like a shot of coffee, like a couple of sips.
so you can appreciate that. That he just
So Polo will kind of sit down beside you. So what brought you on this journey, Tegan?
It's been a wild and crazy trip, I'm telling you. It initially started out as a very simple go find someone.
Yeah?
And it just keeps unraveling and unraveling and unraveling. The person we sent to look for, we're not sure, but we think they died. But we have found more and more as we have progressed and got recruited by this Torchlight Committee to do things and investigate and look for things involving some of the stuff involving strange rifts.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Interesting.
nothing is as it seems, it appears.
You're right. You're right. Well, quite the adventure, it seems.
It can be at times, and quite the terrifying experience at others.
Okay.
I have to explain. Well, let me just explain something to you. Our friend Zephyr
Sure.
is a, just in case you're curious, is a cane cube. You probably never met a cane cube before.
Nope. Can't say that
Nor
I
probably
have.
have you ever met an elf or of us.
Oh, well, one of the other people, I've seen elves for sure.
Okay.
Can't say I've ever, like, been introduced to one, but, or one is, been up close to one as I am to you. Yeah. It's definitely been an experience, but I'm not, I enjoy new opportunities, so. Have you ever met a mouse before?
Not a talking one. The mouses in our plane are just creatures, animals, with no intelligence, no sentience. It's very interesting to be one that actually thinks for themselves.
Are you sure? Are you sure you just haven't met any talking mice?
Well,
I mean, because we have stupid mice here too.
oh, well, yeah, that's mostly what I've seen in our demi plane.
Oh.
But I haven't met any intelligent, sentient mice like yourself in our plane.
Interesting.
Makes for an interesting journey. A different
Sure.
perspective.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for sharing.
Anytime. Just while you're leading the way, could you do me a small favor?
It depends on the favor.
Well, it always does, doesn't it? Could you keep a really good lookout for those little small worm thingies? I'm not having a good track record with those things.
Oh, well, I tried to today, but, sometimes they just sneak around so easily.
Sneaking is my business, and I can appreciate it when it's done well.
I tell you, pain in the butt they are. I wouldn't. If there was any creature that I wouldn't care that was extinct, that would be it. That would be it. But,
I can understand why.
as we are. Well, okay. Go ahead and roll perception check, Tegan.
Okay, Polo.
Sorry.
23.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can kind of hear, I would say with such high perception checks for you both, Tegan, you do hear some stomping, some earth tremors that you kind of feel it kind of in your feet, kind of since your feet are on the ground. And it doesn't seem too intense, just this small little tremor that you can feel every once in a while.
Like something is off in the distance.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you make a wisdom check for me, please?
A check?
Yeah,
Okay.
a check.
Not that. Don't click that. Click the other thing, Frank. Oh, lovely. A 1 for a 3.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Just a
It's fine.
thump that goes in
Just
there.
a thump. It's fine. All right. So, next watch is Rhaenyra. So Polo will come over and just kind of like, hey, wizard man.
Yeah, hello, yes.
Hey, how was your sleep?
It was quite nice until a minute ago. Thank you for
What happened a
waking
minute ago?
me. You woke me up.
Oh. Oh, you're funny. Okay, yeah. It's time to get up. Good morning. Although it's not quite morning yet, but it is time for your it is time for your watch.
Are you sure you're okay not sleeping?
I'm gonna sleep right now. You're gonna be watching alone. Was that not explained to you? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. Yeah, you're watching alone. Do you need me to wake anyone else up to help you? Because I can.
I'm sure if I observe anything, I will.
Okay.
I'll wake.
Just
someone.
scream.
I'm not sure I'd want to wake everyone up. You see, other people need their rest as well.
But if something's attacking and something's wrong,
well,
everyone needs to be awake, right?
Of course, but not everything that goes wrong is an imminent threat. You see, yeah, I wouldn't want to wake. Let's say a mouse came in and took our things. Well, I wouldn't want to wake everyone up for that.
Okay.
I mean, no
shade
offense
at
to you.
first level.
I didn't wake anybody up. It was just me and Judy. I
That
didn't
was
wake
brilliant.
anybody
That
up.
was-
I mean, no offense to you. But you know, it's happened.
Okay. Well, can I give you like a pat, like a little mouse pat on the shoulder? There. Gonna go to bed. Have fun, okay?
I shall. Thank you.
All right. Catch you later. That's weird. Okay. Move. All right. So you are on watch now. If you wouldn't mind rolling a perception check for me, please.
Yeah. I have a feeling that if Polo ever runs out of coffee, he's gonna turn into like a
19.
BBEG.
19.
And he's gonna be
Okay.
a completely different person.
I would say
I
with
would
that,
like to rage.
I would say with that roll, because
He's a barbarian.
Rhaenyra, you would be able to kind of feel the small little tremors too. Almost like just a little vibration that you can feel at your foot or anything that's like touching the ground.
Like getting closer.
No, they don't seem to be getting closer and closer. Make a wisdom check for me, please.
Check.
Yes.
Okay.
Caszeel having a great dream.
8.
What?
Sleeping on his
okay.
belly.
Nothing. All right. So morning breaks. And
That's scary.
I would say that Polo was up pretty early, surprisingly, and is making coffee for themselves. So everyone else can get up as well.
Let's make some coffee alongside him.
Gerbil will get up a little bit. Actually, no. Never mind. He won't. He'll think about wanting to go out and find something special for the griffin to eat, but then remembers that he's on a demi-plane and thinks better of it.
Good point.
And
Something
just
that will
eats
eat the griffin. Yeah.
and just, I'll find you something good to eat now that I know what you like.
Griffin check. Nuzzles up against you, responds pretty well. Griffin check. All right. So what did y'all?
Wait, what?
Oh wait.
I was like, did the person just say that?
Zephyr, when you get up,
That's a frat bro griffin.
Zephyr, when you get up,
no, his name's Chad.
the book has been the book is like right outside your tent door.
And it has
Okay.
a face.
I guess I'll pick it up and put it back in my bag.
There's so many cursed items.
Womp womp womp. Okay. So, what do y'all want to be up to today? What are we doing? Polo will ask you that. So, continuing our trek towards the Slaughterglade? Is that what we're...
I just after this coffee, man.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's alright.
So, Polo will be definitely, like, kind of like, once he sees you drinking coffee, because he'll kind of like, so, fellow coffee drinker, huh?
Well, I hold my cup up if he still has his. Like,
Yeah.
cheers.
Oh no.
Cheers.
Has he ever seen that much coffee in one cup?
Hey.
Yeah, I live by coffee. Definitely don't want to see me without coffee. Definitely
Yeah.
enjoy my morning brew.
Oh, it just starts the day, right?
Oh,
Doesn't
it
it?
really does. It keeps me going. It keeps me going all day. Keeps me going all night sometimes. I mean, an adventurer's life is tough, and sometimes you have to be ready for anything, and sometimes that means being more aware than your sleep allows you to be. So the coffee definitely helps with that.
Hey. Well, it's nice to
Sir.
see you, fellow. Yes, I appreciate it.
Just
Good.
wondering, Polo,
Yes.
how many hours of sleep do you say you normally get a day?
Oh, probably like 3.
Oh,
How many? Do
Although I will say
Do
there's
a lot
about one day a week I'll usually sleep for the entire day.
right?
So just be warned. You might have to put me in a
So-
bag or something for 24
Do
hours.
a lot of mousefolk only sleep 3 hours, then sleep one big long day?
Well, you big folks seem like you need a lot of sleep. Mice folk, I mean, probably, you know, maybe someone like the elder, would need more sleep. But typically, yeah, I mean, not all mice drink coffee. You know, actually, I got kind of hooked on this from, I think, somewhere you've been, the cafe.
Oh,
hey.
I used to go down there and get coffee all the time. And, well, I went down there to get donuts, and I would bring one
Oof.
back and, you know, kind of share with my, with my friends and with other people in the village, you know, in the clan. And one day, you know, Aurelius was like, you should try this, you know, we should try this drink. And I was like, I don't think so. I only drink water. And he was like, no, it's really good. And so gave me a cup of coffee, and I tried it. And been drinking it ever since.
I'm sorry. You said you knew Aurelius?
Well, I mean, I went to the cafe to get donuts. I mean, if that's how you know people, then yeah.
that is the definition of how you know people.
Insight
Yeah.
check.
Well, we weren't friends. We were, you know, I bought donuts. Yeah, you can.
It's a 5. Never mind.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh
Seems
no.
genuine.
he kind
I
of
like
sounds
this-
like he knows really better than we do. I mean, to be perfectly honest.
Thinking we'll elbow Gerbil. Where's you holding out on us? Where's the pastry plate?
Oh, Pitchford has it.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
She's
Oh,
still
yeah,
asleep. We don't wake her up, remember?
here. Wow. Southern accent gone tonight. Pixrin will bring out the plate, sit it down, and have
Howdy,
the pastries
y'all.
appear
I got your
on it.
tea and
Howdy,
crumpets
y'all.
right here, loves.
I
Nice.
have your plate. Yeah, so she'll put the plate down for y'all to have some pastries. I'm sure that she wouldn't mind doing that. A little begrudgingly. She's a little like, I have to share with y'all again. Sort of.
I gave it to you.
Details. Yeah, the shot.
Never ending.
Shot.
It's never ending. Never mind.
we ready to go on the road? We ready to go? Polo. Says this.
Indeed.
Right. Like within a flash, just kind of like gets all of his stuff together and just like clambers it all together and puts it in the bag over his back.
Polo, just to ask, is that day of the week coming up soon?
Oh, let me see. This is, let's see, it was 2, 3. No, that was when I went over there. So it was 2 days ago. So, let's see, 5.
It's gonna be like Mr. Bean and Rat
7,
Race, where he
5
just like falls
5
asleep
days.
randomly in the middle of the day.
So,
It just-
4 days away. So in 4 days, maybe 5, I will not wake up. So I'm not dead. So please don't bury me. I'll be breathing. I'll just be sleeping for a while. And if you try to wake me up, I'll wake up. But it's kind of a very deep sleep.
Sure.
And I get very grumpy.
So hypothetically,
Understood.
when that day comes and if we were to need to keep moving, would you want us to wake you anyways, or carry you?
Well, I said you can wake me up. I'm just not sure. I can't guarantee anyone's safety. But sure. I mean, I would hope that at some point you'll be able to be like, we're going this way, and so hopefully that's one of those days where you're just like, we're just continue going this way, until we reach the end of the Divi's Plain.
But we don't want you to. We don't want to. You don't want us to leave you.
Oh, you can just pick me up and put me in a bag.
Yeah, just in a backpack or something.
I probably won't even wake up. In order to wake me up, you'll probably have to scream at me. I'll just go ahead and let you know. Or pour hot, or just put me in water. The drowning will wake me up.
Okay.
It's a very deep sleep, but understood.
I'm gonna,
Well, are you ready?
So
I
learned a new phrase.
I'm gonna kind of like lean over to Caszeel, surprisingly, just be like, "Are you sure Aurelius really served coffee?"
Honey, a picture
Or
in
did-
the apron, and no, I don't
Only
know.
ever had tea from his place, so I don't know.
Oh, hey.
Maybe
I know you
change
drink a
this-
lot of coffee, but surely that's not good for a small body like that.
Probably not. I imagine he's shortening his life by a few years, however short it is already. But he's so active, and they'll see plenty of the world, I suppose. Being awake most of the time.
happy. Feel bad saying no.
As long as the crack makes him happy. It's only gonna shorten his life. It's just crack. He's cute. Look at him.
Look at him go!
Look at him go.
Unless he's willing to give it all to Adoni, I think anything these days is going to help.
Has any drug addict been willing to give it up? Would you be willing to give up coffee?
Any day I could give No, I wouldn't.
Right. Just don't let him drink from your
Oh no.
stash.
No. You don't need
Don't want him
his
to
heart
drown.
stopping.
Yeah. I just imagine waking up one morning and like his head's just in a human-sized coffee mug, just like
Oh
drowned.
no.
Oh,
No,
that's
he's,
what
My
I'm
cup.
picturing.
he's using Cazeel's coffee pot as a hot tub.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh. Man,
Oh my gosh.
I think bugbear fur is gross. Could you
You
imagine a mouse
guys.
that's soaked in coffee?
Yeah. Oh.
Anyway,
Lead the way, lad. Yeah.
All right.
Gerbil will kind of, stay up front and help,
Mm.
Polo,
Okay.
stay
All
on
right.
track.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. So, Polo will say that you have about a half a day until you get to the Slaughterglade. And he'll lead the way there. He'll be able to navigate y'all pretty effortlessly. As you approach, so about halfway through the day, I'll say that y'all stop for a couple of for a break or two. But so say around probably 2 p.m., our time, you would, as you've been walking, these green rolling plains that you've been traveling on have kind of extended as far as you can see beyond. You can see some mountains again, in the far horizon. And then to the right, you can start seeing some mountains that you're starting to get more, a little bit closer to, but not extremely close to. And as you get about 2 p.m., so the sun is just about a little over halfway in the sky, you start to feel these sudden, every 20, at first it's every half hour, 20 minutes, you feel this sudden flash of hotness. You've been suddenly dumped into all of a sudden you're in a sauna. It's that hot. It's that kind of dry heat that will hit you and only last for a couple of seconds before it's gone. Polo's still marching in front of you, leading the way. These moments go from every 20 minutes to about every 15, and then every 10. As you get closer, so from 2 to as the sun's a little bit past halfway in the sky, for the next hour, 2 hours, the intervals get closer and closer together.
Could I make an Arcana check?
Sure, yeah.
Hey, Polo.
Yeah. What's up?
Do you know what's with these hot flashes that have been happening? Are
yeah. So he'll turn around, stop and turn around. So be warned. Maybe. Did anyone tell you what was in the Slaughterglade?
just
Lots of them
giants?
dead everywhere, encased in stone or something.
Correct. Takes another drink of coffee.
Other than that, no.
Well, it's very hot. So if you're not prepared for heat, please prepare yourselves for heat.
But why does it come in waves?
Oh, that's just when you're approaching the Slaughterglade. Once you get there, that's when the heat is eternal.
Eternal. Oh, interesting word. Okay.
That's right. Scary. Not scary at all.
What's the source of the heat?
Oh, just the land.
Okay.
Can we see ahead of us?
You're aware of how that Dem Glemte is magical. So it was created by very creative people who liked variation in their landscapes. So thus we have the Slaughterglade.
Well,
Right.
Yep.
Lucky for us, we won't be bored.
Are you traveling Dem Glemte? Absolutely not. It's impossible. So just be prepared for heat. There are also these large slime things.
Slime.
That kind of, I don't know if they're mean or if they're good or if they're just in between like the stone people, but they kind of wheeze their way around sometimes, and I'll see them. Sometimes they'll have I can't get close to them. Sometimes I'll see other things inside them, which is really weird.
Are they kind of like the worms? You treat them like you don't
Just go
leave them
around
alone.
Them. They move really. They move. They just don't really pay that much attention to us. So,
Okay.
I don't pay attention to them other than to look at them in horror.
Sure.
Well, I'll be looking forward to that.
So let's see. Okay, just give me a second here. So heat, got it. Stone giants, got it. Big gelatinous creatures, got it. Let's see, they already know about the people.
A bit of horror.
They already know about the. They already know about the stone giants. They already know about the pillars of dead. There are swords. There's.
What kind of swords?
Sometimes there's a weird lady with wings. And be careful when you're walking because there are pieces of fire that fall from the sky. So that's
Good to know.
How big are these pieces of?
sometimes they're nothing. Sometimes it's
Dan
just
came through. Yeah. How big are these pieces of? And how
Stephanie
big
came through because I
exactly?
laughed.
Nice.
Sometimes
Like,
it's just little
oops,
tiny
almost
pieces
got
you
me.
don't know. You know, like sometimes like it just lands on your shoulder and you're like, oh, haha. Sometimes,
I quickly look at the griffin on my shoulder.
especially for my size, sometimes, you know, you have to watch your clothes. You have to watch, you know, because it can land and, whoa, your arm's on fire. So, well, your sleeve. And then you have to
Not like
put it out.
30 feet wide,
No,
right?
no. It's just little
right.
pieces of fire that come down from the sky.
And the woman with wings, is that someone that doesn't even pay any attention to us? Or?
Oh yeah, the Jewel. That's what the locals call her. Don't really know
Jewel.
that much about her. But she sometimes is around, sometimes she's not. She's very, you know, she hangs out in the south. Sometimes she just kind of comes around and likes to kind of look at things burn. So.
And I'm sorry, I knew about yeah, the great amount of dead, all encased in stone. But
Yeah.
Did you say that they're encased in pillars of dead?
Yeah, it's stone pillars that have dead in them. Well, I mean, okay, so here's the story, right? There are pillars of stone, large pieces of stone that have bodies carved in them that look like they're in pain. So everyone has kind of said, okay, well, these are all the mages that died, even though to me, I feel like that's a little over dramatic because how can all of these dead just be in stone pillars? But they do look sad and some of them are crying and yelling.
Like their expressions
Negative
like,
side effects?
Yes.
or you can actually hear them
I think it was
screaming.
just a really, no, well, if you touch it, yes.
Oh, yeah, don't touch. Do they appear to be moving in the stone?
Jonathan's listening.
Sometimes the stones bleed from their eyes. It's fine.
You know,
It's
just
fine.
Oh, now you're just making stuff up.
So what did you ask, Tegan? I'm sorry.
Do they look like do they appear to be moving, or is it just...
Oh, no, they don't, no.
No, so it's
Sometimes,
just...
well,
If you approach the pillars, you hear voices and stuff like that.
right, yes.
Oh.
If you approach them, yes. If you touch them, sometimes it's voices, sometimes ghosts.
Oh, great. Well, I'll make sure not to touch them.
But that's just hearsay.
because you'll get that look like, I need to know what that is. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to touch it.
It could be.
No.
I mean, and that's just what I've heard. I've never touched one myself. That's just what other mice who have come back, you know, a little spastic, you know, a ghost came out. I don't think it's dead in there. I think it's just a creative mage artist that just wanted to express themselves. You know, kind of like my book. There's an
that's
artist in there.
Right.
That's
exactly.
one theory. Okay.
What are you?
We'll be wary of the pillars.
Hey, and the winged person, have you ever?
We'll be wary of everything, I think.
hey,
Here, yes, I'd be wary of the grass.
yeah.
Oh, and sometimes owlbears. Sometimes.
Oh,
Oh,
I
It is
noticed.
like
I noticed an owlbear attacked the group that went in. I mean, they never attack us, but They did attack the
Right.
other. I think when the half orc woman went through. I know that Nordic said that an owlbear attacked her, a small one.
Right.
But she, I don't remember. Story kind of
And-
got lost to me after that.
No vampires, right? It's difficult to.
I mean, it could be a vampiric owlbear. That would be really cool.
That would be interesting. The Jewel, is that someone that we can speak with, or is that someone like, oh no, they seem pretty dangerous? Just
I've never
stay
spoke
away.
with her.
All right.
I've just
Yeah.
seen her, and she's very beautiful. But I kind of wonder if she might be a vampire, but I'm not really sure. But she was good looking. She was very. She seemed very smiley, and that's how they kind of describe some of the vampires in the book as very smiley.
Right.
Thank you for all this info, Polo. It's very.
Oh, you're welcome. That's why I'm here. Just
How long will it take us to get through the Slaughterglade? Would you
Oh,
guess?
well, which way are you going
question.
when you get in the Slaughterglade? Are you going north or south?
I mean,
North goes
believe
towards
we're-
Rakoth. South goes towards the altar.
I believe we're going towards the altar because it's where
Altar.
people are.
Okay.
Right? Because there's no people at Rakoth.
Our ultimate goal.
Well, other
yeah,
than
for
the half
southward
orc
trip.
person that I think.
Disappeared.
Oh, she didn't disappear.
Oh, she didn't? Oh,
No.
Okay.
I think we were headed right to the altar, but we were
Yeah.
looking for the last party along the way.
Yep.
Through here.
Yeah, which way were the party?
The tent.
Yeah,
With the
I
weird
guess-
people. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we can go there. Sure.
Perfect.
They always seemed a little too cool for me, but yeah, we
What?
can try it.
I
Too
can't
cool
imagine.
for you.
Yeah.
No, no such thing.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, but I've seen them out there, and I've always been like, maybe you should just go talk to them, Polo. But he kind of kicks a rock. But it's easier said than done, and I get like a few feet in, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like one of them will come out in like a towel of the tent. They'll come out in a towel, and then kind of another person will go in, and it just seems like they're a little bit cooler than I am.
One plus
I
one
don't-
is two.
I don't have a towel to wear. That's, and I think it's something with their custom. I don't know.
So it's not like a.
Oh.
It's not like they're traveling through the Slaughterglade. They set up camp and stayed there.
I don't know. They've been there for a few days.
Oh,
Huh.
all right.
Okay. Well,
Uh,
hopefully they're still there.
right.
Yeah, they might have kept going.
Mhm.
They might have all died. Maybe the winged lady killed
Right.
them. Maybe they're all vampires now.
Oh,
We could.
gee.
One could only hope, right, Polo?
One could really hope, because then I think that
Uh.
I could finally have some common ground with them. I mean, I'm not a vampire, but I know things about vampires now.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, are we
All right.
ready?
To the altar. Yep, keep going.
Okay.
Press on.
How's
Fire.
how's the griffin reacting as we get closer and closer? Like
It's hiding in your bag.
That's comforting. Okay. It's not. Flashbacks to the voice I heard. He will be your guide. Hiding in the back.
If it
Well,
survives.
it didn't say when it was a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's been in the afterlife. I don't know. Maybe now it's your Patronus.
Nice.
It's not even real.
It's not even real. It's just in your head.
Stripple's
has-
just hallucinating.
Has
He's
anyone else
lost it,
has
like,
anyone
yeah.
else interacted with the baby griffin in this entire party? No.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, you have. Okay.
Zephyr's hissed at it.
Okay.
Yeah, Zephyr.
Ah.
I think Zephyr would be the one that would
Picturing-
see a hallucination, though.
That, yeah, I mean, there's
Yeah,
something
No,
to that.
Pixrid
It's not a
Thanks for the
hallucination,
interaction.
Jonathan. It's not. It's real. It's real.
It's for real.
I don't know if this get paid. I never know.
So yeah, so y'all continue traveling on
We're
with
about to go
Polo
into the fire.
marching
pit
in
of
front
death.
of you. The intervals with the heat get within like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and then climax.
Builds
And
up.
then,
Yeah.
And then, interestingly enough, as you get to those 5-minute intervals, and it still looks, I would say you get to like the 10-minute and the 5-minute intervals.
Mhm.
Not only do you get the heat, but you get this sudden flash of redness, like red horizon, red rock,
Oh.
with these pillars and with these swords in the distance. And this happens with the 10-minute intervals of the heat. It happens then, and just kind of like a flash to your eyes.
Mm.
And then once it gets to, you're dealing with, you've had 5-minute intervals for a couple of times, suddenly it hits and it stays. The heat is hot, very dry, and is very oppressive, especially given the kind of like, I would say around, I imagine like 70-ish degrees that you just came out of. This is up there. And that's 70 degrees Fahrenheit for anyone. I forget that America isn't everything. And so you get, and so that transfers over to the oppressive heat. And that kind of green rolling hills that you saw kind of going forever in front of you, you suddenly see that was obviously maybe just an illusion, because now it's completely like you have this. Okay, give me 1 second. You have this area that kind of like rolls out in front of you that is kind of this red rock with these like stone pillars that rise up in different areas. You do have some red, like you have that mountainside that is also red stone. You have some black stone mixed in there as well. And then also in the distance you see what look like these large creatures, hundreds of feet tall, moving amongst some of these taller stone pillars, as well as these giant swords that look to be about the size of these stone giants, just pushed into the rock at different angles throughout the landscape. If you look behind you, you can see kind of where, like you can see where you just came out of, the green rolling grass, and you can even just put your hand through it and feel like those mild temperatures, and on the part that's through that area, and then as you pull it back, it's back to the oppressive heat. And falling from the sky are these pieces of kind of like burning ash, that's kind of floating down almost like a flurry of snow. And with that, actually, you know what, we'll go ahead and say that you turn back around as you kind of look at this landscape. Everyone make, let's see here. Let me see if you're close enough. Yeah. Everyone make perception checks for me, please.
Seven.
16.
18.
12.
Okay. Anyone with probably, like, this is pretty, like, 17 or higher, would see in the far distance, you can kind of make out... Oh, no, did they have something on their thing?
Oh.
You can kind of make out a shimmer in the distance, in, like, the air. But as you're kind of, like, trying to squint and, like, notice that, all of you notice, for sure, landing about 15 feet in front of you, 3 smallish owlbears. and that's when we'll take our bio break. For those of you watching, we take a 10-minute bio break, so come back in 10 minutes, go and get your water, go to the restroom, and as we are, and we'll see you then. All right, see you soon.
It's too hot for this.
Mics are hot.
It's too dark.
And when we come back, we'll be coming back to Tabletop Simulator. So this will give me a chance to set up the battle cams.
Hey.
It's not
Exciting.
an animal handling check high enough.
Yeah. Listen, friends. I know it's really hot out here.
It's so hot. They don't even attack you,
Listen.
they're just crying from the oppressive
Yeah.
heat.
The little owl, because they're little, makes me think that there's a giant one watching
Oh,
them
you-
play
Oh,
right,
You
right
never
around
know.
the corner.
You never know.
Why not?
Mm-mm.
I remember owl bears. I remember when we were in the sunflowers and got attacked by owl
Oh,
bears.
really? Oh. Wait, was this where the torch went up and it summoned a bunch of other enemies? Is that the same battle?
No,
that
this
was
is a different
separate.
one. Yeah.
No, this was like the day after you left.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the field of sunflowers. Yeah.
Ha! Battle on the horizon, you say?
What is that?
Bounce. Yeah.
What is that?
Or life choices.
Yeah. So what brought you all here today? Was it Polo? Yeah.
Lots of things.
Suffer. This needs to be changed. Okay. Alright, I have it on loop just in case. So we can't put that over here. That's unfortunate. Oops.
I don't know about this vibrating glass.
Uh-huh.
There's a market here.
There's just, yeah, just to get the ground vibrating a little bit. That's all we want.
I love it.
It's poor Polo. Caffeine addiction. It's so bad. I hope we'll get there one day.
Super sinister. Sinister addiction.
We have vibrating ground. Come and sit for a spell.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Okay, so let's see here.
Well, let's see. You can make me. We're gonna slaughter them. Well, they're gonna slaughter us. But they're cute.
Just wait, they're resistant to all magic. And take half damage from non-magical weapons.
Y'all have had a time.
Beautiful.
Y'all have had a time. Alright, so we're just gonna set her out. We're gonna set her out. And
Does it?
does it?
I'm gonna plug something in. I don't know if I should plug it into, but
Plug it in, plug it in. Yes. So nice. Nope, it is not. It is not playing right now. It had been playing the entire session so far. No, because I don't have it playing right now because the mics are hot, and if I have it playing, it will play over with the very back music, which is not what we want. Not what I want, at least. Okay, how should I? Okay, all right.
Which one's a Polo?
You know, I didn't make any stats for Polo yet, so nothing.
Polo is sleeping.
Yeah, Polo is just, I'll have to do that. Polo stats.
Here's 4 days off.
I mean, I guess I could. Let's see here. Can I make a mouse skin out of fastcharacterbuilder.com?
Oh no. This is how Polo died.
Alright, that should loop. So hopefully it loops. Let's see here. Let me see if I can make a mouse. Mouse. I mean, they have like every kind of thing in here that I could move. Bugbear, Goliath, Kinku, Lizardfolk, Tabaxi, Triton, Yankee, Asamars, Elves, Githyanki, Tieflings, Bugbears, Changelings, Goblins, Hobgoblins, Orc Shifters, Aarakocra, Savdeath, I'm gonna have to create this sucker from scratch. So no Polo today, but I will
No Polo.
get a Polo together for you next time. Hopefully.
That's wise.
Polo has advantageous
Oh no,
narcotics.
everything. Why does it do that? It's so weird. Oh, it's a stupid like the Windows. I know there's a way I can turn that off. Like the Windows workspace, how you can like move. You know, you can have different workspaces going at the same time, and like switch in between them. I don't use it, but like it'll randomly like create workspaces like when I'm trying to move windows, like because I'll sometimes like put windows like off screen pretty much, and then like pull them back up. And then when I do that, like it messes with it, and it's like, oh, you want to create a new workspace for this window? Sure. Here, let me take care of all the other windows and minimize them for you. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. All right. Okay. I won't have you make. I won't have you. Well, anyways, we'll just get into it. Okay. All right. So going live in. Oh, let me get that off there.
Orange and red light on here.
Going live in. Oh, are you putting your lights up? Nice.
I just gotta find the fire one. Nope, there we go. Got a couple going now.
Such ambiance, man. All right, so going live in 3, 2. Oh, maybe. Oh well, that's because it's up on this one.
Live.
Right here.
Deceiver.
Yeah. Deceiver. All right, we're back. Oh, yep, we're back. Hey, let's get the music going here. Oh, I should have gotten a. Let's see here. There's this one called Dangerous. We'll do that one. Oh, what? What doesn't help if y'all hum your own dangerous songs.
Every song
But
I
we're
hum is
working together.
All right. So we'll go back to the RP. We need to go to battle. Just in case. Just in case. Not saying we have to battle. So, let me just take a look at.
Hi, friends.
Okay.
Oh, everyone's camera is actually
Do you
kind of okay. I'm kind of off to the side. But it's all right.
Saying we have to battle.
All right. So for those
Polo,
watching,
go talk to them.
welcome back. Welcome back, players.
Thank you.
So, yes. So y'all had just stepped into what we know as the what you would assume is the Slaughterglade. And just as you do, as the burning ash is kind of falling around you, 3 owlbears kind of land, they kind of jumped, kind of leaped in front of you and landed together.
That's not the description I remember.
Looking at these owlbears, they seem everyone make wisdom checks for me except for Caszeel, since Caszeel wasn't there.
Jack, right?
7.
Oh, lovely. 4.
15.
18.
Okay. Wonderful. Anyone with a we'll go with a 13 or above, would kind of notice that these owlbears look definitely about half the size than the owlbears that you fought against near the Field of Sunflowers, right before you met Aurelius.
Pygmy owl there.
So they're about half the size, which just for a kind of a little bit, they're considered a large monstrosity. So, yeah. So they look about, so probably like as, standing up on their four legs, probably about half the height of Gerbil, maybe a little bit taller. So about a quarter the size of Gerbil, like height wise. And this is just standing on their four feet. So they kind of stand
That
there
would
and
be
they
about 4 feet tall.
they squeal at, kind of like at you and begin to
And
step
angry?
towards you.
Horrifying.
Oh, that's
So why don't we go ahead? Does anyone want to make a quick reaction? I mean, not like an attack.
Zephyr's gonna make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. All right.
there, that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
You can roll persuasion if you want to.
Sure. 14.
Okay. A couple of them will stop and kind of look at you a little bit confused, Zephyr. And one of them will kind of like look to the side and then look back at the group and kind of squall again before taking another step forward.
Well, because nobody else is. We see if they understand common. In common, would be no harm just going to the altar. And a reaction.
Another one steps forward.
I'm going to back up if I can.
Does anybody
Anyone else have a
speak with
quick
animals?
thing that hasn't said anything yet? Or that hasn't done anything yet? Oh. Okay, why don't you all roll for initiative then? Oh, what maybe? Oh, wow, there. Okay.
Yeah.
oh.
That's the kind of initiative scores I need.
All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and roll for them. And oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay.
The poor babies.
Tegan, what did you roll?
13?
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
No, 13. Oh, is that a valid
Funny.
initiative
Funny. Let's see here.
score? You'll take that to the grave.
Gerbil, what did you roll?
16.
Okay. Wonderful. Caszeel?
21.
Look at you.
Nice. Up the ladder.
So, like, the only character ever gotten close to that ever. Many years in a row.
Rodarius? What
I
did
got
you
a
roll?
4.
Okay. And Zephyr?
21.
21 as well. All right. So, who has the better strength in between the two of you? What are your strength scores?
15.
And who? Sorry, I missed that.
Strength Caszeel.
Oh,
He's a
negative
bard.
1. 8.
Okay. So,
He's a bard. He's a bard.
So,
Zephyr's wearing
Zephyr,
heavy
you'll
plate
actually
armor.
go before Caszeel. And, yeah. All right. So, if y'all notice here, we have this handy little battle tracker
Lovely.
that, so creature, so let's see here. Creature 1 is already there. So that's actually a 1. 2 is
Oh, look, she's got a
13.
scoreboard on the side. Oh, look.
Oh yeah, it's battle tracker. And this one is oh no, 2 is 13. This is actually number 3 and 3 there. So let's see here. Caszeel and Zephyr are both 21. So I'm actually going to put you on 20, Caszeel, since you're going after Zephyr.
Okay.
And there's no one on 20. Those aren't doing there. Renerius, you were at 4. And Tegan was 13. Oh, along with that. So which one? So were you going? I had you going before him. So I'm going to put you with, let's see here. I'm going to put you on 14, Tegan, since you're going after the creature. Did I ever get a... Did we have everyone? Renerius, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So, Zephyr, you are first with Caszeel going second. And you have these 3 owlbears standing here. Again, they're kind of on the medium size.
Okay.
And they seem to be, you know, they're kind of just squawking, you know, just kind of squealing at you and taking slow steps towards you up until this point.
Right.
The background doesn't. Okay. Anyways. You're not in a forest. This is like Red Rock. But,
I thought this was hot.
It's a color
hot
no.
here. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to do.
I'm going to try something really quick.
I'm kind of glad I'm not first.
Try something really quick.
Zephyr's
So
gonna use thaumaturgy to make his voice really loud, and he's gonna try to scare the owlbears away.
Okay.
So, intimidation. Oh, shit.
Wow, look at that.
There you go.
Guys, we're on
Damn,
Mars!
so quick.
Mine's,
Nice.
mine's just white.
Oh
Just a
no.
white background.
Hopefully it comes in.
Do I need to like exit out and get back in? You think?
Give it a second.
Yeah, it'll warm up. Hopefully.
It says loading 0%.
That's a dirty 20 intimidation check with thaumaturgy.
You can definitely try coming out and coming back
amplified
in. Jonathan.
yelling.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Andrew, what was that?
Dirty 20
Okay.
for thaumaturgy amplified yelling to intimidate them to run away.
Okay. All right. Do they make a... Let's see. Okay. Does that target all of them?
I'm just I'm just trying to intimidate them.
Oh, okay. All right. I see what you're saying.
And the only thing I'm using thaumaturgy for is making my voice louder than it
Okay.
actually is. And Zephyr probably puffs up and goes, ah!
All right. So...
Except a lot louder.
So one of them will kind of run back this way and hide behind the rock. So you still have these 2 owlbears that kind of look back at the one that kind of at the one that ran away and looks back at the group, and kind of one of them squawks at you again angrily.
Cool. I'm not going to move.
Okay. All right. So that would bring us to Caszeel is next, and then Gerbil. Oops. Sorry, everyone, for the moving around the camera.
So in the landscape, is there plenty of room? Like, if we scare these things off, there's still plenty of room for us to go the way we need to go? Or are we, like, forced to deal with them?
I mean, you can definitely try.
All right. I am going to... Jeez. Man, I don't want to attack poor little things. I will take 2 pieces of meat out of my rations and throw them to the owlbears.
Okay. All right. Let me see how they respond. Okay.
With
Why
gratitude.
don't you go ahead and... Oh, let's see. Make a, even though it's kind of weird, but make it like a persuasion check for your meat, Caszeel.
Well, listen. I rolled a 19 and I have 11, so 30.
Well, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Somebody please clip that.
My goodness.
That's incredible. I'll just disarmingly raise my hands after.
Mhm.
28. 28.
Yeah, both of the creatures kind of go for the meat and start eating it. So they take a step forward, and they'll kind of a very hesitant step and kind of look at you, Caszeel, look down at the meat, and then just kind of like go down and kind of grab it, and I would say probably drag it back and start eating it.
That's it for me. It's all
Okay. All right. So the two are eating on the meat. Why don't, since one is scared behind the rock and the other two are doing that, why don't all of you make a perception check for me, please? Jonathan, did it ever load back for you? Did you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a 1.
11.
17.
21.
11.
9 in total.
Okay. All right. I would say that anyone with a... Did anyone get a 15 or above?
Somebody did.
21.
Okay.
Gerbil got 17.
Okay, so Gerbil and Zephyr, you would both notice something, you know, let me send you a quick message here.
Secrets.
Okay, let me do that, and then send that to you, Zephyr, and then let me send it to... I was looking for Gerbil, but it doesn't say Gerbil because it says every damn Gerbil one.
Where?
One
This is going to
Zoom.
be an ignorant question. Okay,
Zoom.
thank you.
Yeah. So Gerbil and Zephyr, that's what you notice. Do you want to make any quick reactions?
Didn't get any messages in Zoom.
Oh, wait, did I send it? No. What did it?
Who did you send it to?
How
I got
did
it.
Not. Did
you send it to your
unsend it?
camera? Did you send it to your
Oh, I bet I
to
sent
your
it.
phone?
I bet I sent it to my phone.
Nice.
Oh, how does your phone react?
Womp, 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 womp.
Nice.
All right,
Okay.
should be there, Andrew. I swear it said Andrew Wall, but I don't know. Maybe I didn't hit enter. I might not have hit enter.
Okay.
Gerbil will just kind of say, not like loud, but not like in a whisper, but just no sudden movements, but watch out for the pillar to our whatever direction I saw.
To the left.
Watch out for that pillar on the left. No sudden movements.
Look over to the left, but not suddenly.
Well, you see a pillar.
Oh.
There.
Do they,
Watch out.
when they look at the pillar, do they see it?
Let's look back.
I mean, they see the. I mean, it's hidden pretty like on top of the pillar, just kind of like peering over, like very discreetly. So you would probably have to direct their attention up.
On top of the pillar is a mama
Slowly.
bear.
Mama bear.
As they say that. Oh, and oh no. Oh, Zephyr. So as Gerbil tries to get your attention, Caszeel, and kind of says that, and Zephyr is like, Mama bear. The rest of you, kind of, if you look up on the top of like a pillar to your left, which is this large stone pillar that has these very interesting carvings in it, especially towards the top, that look like people kind of reaching out. At the top of that pillar, you'll see kind of peering over this larger owlbear.
Oh.
Is it aggressive looking? Is it watching? Is it being...
It's watching. I'm not sure you could tell if it was aggressive.
It's aggressively watching.
It's aggressively
Nice.
watching, for sure.
Probably teaching our young how to hunt, which is us.
Oh, what?
Well, you
the
did
plan?
feed them, so it worked.
I'd say that in that moment, you'll see the larger owlbear on top of the pillar kind of peer out again and just kind of let out this kind of owlbear roar at the group of you. The smaller owlbears come to attention and will kind of get in formation and kind of look up at the top of the pillar and start squawking back at the larger owlbear on top of the pillar. And they will start scurrying off and kind of like looking over their shoulder at the group of you as they do so. And that's it.
Nice.
And you'll see the larger owlbear on top of the pillar kind of turn away and disappear as the little ones do as well. And all of you make perception checks for me again, please.
Oh, okay. 25.
Better. 21.
9.
Dirty 20.
Oh, 22, natural 20.
Okay. I
Wow.
would say anyone with a 15 or above would be able to hear some squawking coming from around the pillars, like a larger, more deep squawks, and then the smaller ones replying, almost like the mother is scolding them for not
one job.
right, for not going through
Good job for
with
groceries.
their fight.
Yeah.
Oh, I completely forgot. Okay, all right.
I didn't. Oh, like that.
That's not good.
It's okay.
Polo's dead.
Oh, I
all
completely
right.
forgot. The giant dune desert worm
No,
rises
no,
up
no.
out of this.
My OneNote doc was going in front of my display capture for tabletop, but there was no notes on it,
Bears
so
were
it was just
the
a map.
bait.
Thank goodness. All right. So y'all are officially out of combat.
Okay.
Phew.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that was close.
Racing.
Hey,
That was quick thinking on your parts. Thank you both.
Mama bear.
thank you for the alert, Gerald, and certainly Zephyr.
Mama bear.
Gerbil's gonna
Look
be
at them in
more
horror.
distinctly aware of the top of the pillars now.
Yeah, as you
Nice.
are kind of back and out of this, kind of able to kind of take the Slaughterglade in a bit more now. These pillars, there is one about 10 feet away from you on the left, probably about 15 feet away from you. And yeah, as you can see throughout the landscape, these pillars are different sizes and different shapes.
Yeah.
It's,
You get what
and
you get.
you get what you get. There are some wider ones. There are some taller ones. They're all over the landscape, and they vary in size. But on all of them, have this in common is that on all of them, some of them have it all the way from the bottom to the top. Some of them just have towards the top these carvings of people. Some of them are, you can see hands kind of reaching out. This one that's about 15 feet from you, there are a few mostly towards the top, and the faces look in pain. Some of them in anguish. Some of them look more like screaming or yelling, but they don't look pleasant. Polo will kind of like wipe his forehead. Whoa, that was close, huh?
Aye.
They said they never bother us, so that was wild. I was afraid I was going to get eaten, so I hid. I was worried. I was worried. They were,
Oh, that mother one peering over the top of that. My heart wasn't ready for that.
Yeah. Owlbears are pretty common here in Dem Glemte. So yeah, that's something to be aware of.
I'm gonna take my pack off and kind of sit on it for a minute, hold my hands together, elbows on thighs, and address everyone. So I know we have quite a ways to go through here. I think these pillars are, aside from being disturbing, they have to hold some secrets or information. If there's anything here, we're here to figure things out, right? I feel like I need to go. I can identify one of them, but in order to cast it, I need to touch it. So I didn't want to just go over there willy-nilly. But I think it's important if we can get any information at all. I think it's worth it, and I'll take the risk. If I go mad, you're welcome to put me down. Or knock me out and see if you can get me back.
Push it down. I heard you the first time.
Tegan nods, gives thumbs up.
Here, you asked.
That's awfully noble of you. I'll make sure it's quick.
Appreciate it.
Gives him a wink.
Awesome. Nice.
Yes, Polo?
Okay.
Gotta go touch it. Is it dumb?
Yeah, is that something you know?
Well, I've never touched one before. I think I said that before, or a while ago, when I was explaining things to you just about, 20 minutes ago. But, why not? What could be the worst thing that could happen?
I think you said ghosts, perhaps. So,
well, that was what I've
possession,
heard. Someone,
that sort of thing.
A mouse heard that from another mouse. So these things sometimes get a little blown out of proportion. So that might not have even been the case.
right.
It could just, maybe it's, I don't know what it could be.
Okay, this.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe it'll transport you into the past.
Let's.
That was another thing from the vampire book.
Oh.
Nice.
They have sand.
There was a book that transported you to the past, and to the vampire past, and so they saw the history, and Maria was captured by someone, and some mysterious figure that turned out to be her father. Yeah.
Twist.
Yeah.
Well, I think that
Caszeel,
hey.
what? Yes, we need to learn information, but let's. Best case scenario is just a piece of art, like Polo says, right? And it's just rock.
How far of a walk does it look like?
They're everywhere.
Where?
To the pillars. Like, does it look like it's going to take us?
Oh, there's one.
it's like 10
there's
feet.
one like 15 feet from you.
Oh, okay.
But they're all over it's spaced in different places along the landscape as far as you can see.
Caszeel, before you, I mean, I would understand that the purpose of your identifier is to identify magic in the pillars, right?
Right.
Can you detect magic first to see if there's even
I can't
magic
do that.
Oh,
But I believe, and I'll turn to Renarius. Would you be able to?
Renarius detects magic
of course I
every
can,
time he
yes.
sneezes. That's what it feels like.
Nice.
I will sneeze and cast detect magic.
Nice.
A 10-minute long sneeze.
Okay. All right, so you're you're casting detect magic around this pillar. Yes, sounds good. Give me 2 seconds here.
Mm-hmm. People trapped in pillars, school of magic. That would be.
Yeah, I'm going to say that you're not really sensing like a school of magic definitively, but you are sensing something from these. Almost a bit of illusion magic. But not really the pillar itself is an illusion, but there's something within it that's illusionary. Almost like an effect. Yeah, you can definitely sense there is magic in these pillars, and any of them within that foot radius that detect magic lasts, or it casts. You can definitely see that in all of them, but it's hard to tell. It's a little bit of illusionary magic, probably mostly, but also something different.
The magic here is illusory. But it's different. Maybe because we're on a different plane. I'm not used to seeing magic quite like this. But something is off.
I mean, if we're searching for ghosts, right, Shiga and mages from the past and everything else, it ties in with the lore of these pillars. I figured if we can understand what these are, seeing as how we're traveling through so many of them, and while we're here in Dem Glemte, is this something that they can be using on the Prime? And what's their grand scheme? Is this something that they can use in their plans elsewhere? I mean, there's a big part of me that doesn't want to do it because it's a little bit scary with the faces and such. I don't want to end up as one of those, but since we're here, I figured it ties in so much, perhaps.
I for one, am all for finding out as much information as we can.
Right.
You're braver than I am, willing to risk your life to do this, but
well, it's certainly something I think. There's many reasons why I think I have to do this, but certainly I know that my absence for some time and the way I had to leave left a bad taste in everyone's mouth as well. So I want to show that I'm here and can contribute as well. Another factor. You all mean a lot to me. And I don't show it that much, but you do. And if this saves us from some other danger with other pillars as we cross this area, then I'm rather know that now.
it is
Look at
duly noted. Thank you.
Well, don't get possessed. We already got one of those birds.
I'll do my best. Here's what I'll do. If anything happens, the two of you, and I'll kind of, if Tegan and Sherwood will have my hands, like on a shoulder each, and inspire you both for 10 minutes. I'm sure you've got this.
Firbolg's so sweaty at this point.
Oh. Oh.
Tegan will go, how about we do this?
Just
Let me tie a rope around your waist.
Right.
If you start hearing voices and you feel uncomfortable, raise your left hand and I'll
Right.
pull you away from the pillar.
Perfect. Perfect. Clever. Thank you, Tegan.
And if you scream in pain, we'll take that as you're possessed and we'll put you out of your misery.
Yes. Trouble, you'll have your bow ready.
Oh, it's been out.
You didn't even know it was subconscious. Like, oh,
It's been trained on Caszeel the whole time.
It didn't come out during the owlbears, but the moment Caszeel said, you need to come
Nice.
out.
that
Well-
is friendship right there.
It really is. It really is.
Because I care so deeply.
Well, I'll tie the rope on and head on over to the closest pillar. I'm just going to use the spell slot because inspiration only lasts 10 minutes, and I don't want to waste that casting it virtually. So
Okay. All right.
I'll put my hand on, whatever's there.
Okay.
If I don't
Well,
have to
as
keep-
you take some steps closer to it, Caszeel,
Okay.
you get within about 10 feet of it, and you can start hearing distant screaming, almost like an echo.
Mm.
And it almost seems like it's like bouncing from pillar to pillar as you kind of look across you kind of like glance over your shoulder across the landscape. As you take another step and you're kind of looking down at your feet and you can start seeing these kind of like veins of red kind of seep out from the pillar and begin to kind of reach out under your feet. And it's all around the edges of the pillar that you're seeing this, all around, not just in front of you. But you start seeing these veins of red kind of creep out. And the screaming grows a little bit louder.
Okay.
And a little bit louder.
Can
And
I,
as you...
like-
yeah, go
okay.
ahead.
As soon as I hear the screaming, I'm just going to let everyone know. So there's screaming bouncing between this pillar and others. That's what I'm
Because
hearing.
yells at you over the screaming.
Yeah. I hear lots of screaming. So from one pillar to there's veins on the
Veins,
ground.
you say?
So you look around,
Very
see
veiny.
if any like owlbears are alerted to this, or the giants, the distance.
Y'all look around, and if you even look at the bottom of the pillar, you don't see anything, and you don't hear anything. The rest of you don't.
I'll continue after that.
Okay, so you take that last step, Caszeel, and the screaming just is inside your head now, and you touch the pillar, and the screaming continues. And suddenly you feel something kind of whir past you and hit the ground a few feet from you, like a huge rock.
Probably going to be determined to get the identify spell off before I look.
Okay.
I'll just like,
Okay. Right.
and then after that, I'll check depending.
Oh, you always cast these on the most weirdest things, and I don't know how to answer you.
Nice. I just wanted to, I'm looking for any magic that's like, yeah, like
You
other
are the
actual
DM. You
mages
could
I
traps.
technically
mean,
be like,
Definitely
identify on this.
magic in this pillar, as Rhaenyra's found out. I mean, it doesn't really require any attunement. I mean, not really any charges. I mean,
Is it garnet? Is it amethyst?
there's... Aw.
Girl.
Sorry. I did that like subconsciously. I didn't even...
There aren't any spells affecting it necessarily.
Mhm.
I will say,
Is it art?
Yeah.
Caszeel, as you're casting this identify, it kind of... how can I explain this? It's
Bad sign.
kind of like when drinking an A&W. I mean, not A&W, a Dr. Pepper.
Wait,
It's
what?
kind of like been
Okay.
drinking a Dr. Pepper, and there are supposed how many flavors in that? Like 26 or something? There are like 26 flavors, but like all mixed together, it's just like how many? Jonathan,
It doesn't.
24.
The Diet Dr Pepper doesn't say.
Okay, it's like 24,
Oh.
26.
It's not.
So it's supposed to have
Okay.
all of these
Yeah.
flavors,
What
right?
flavor?
There's no way that you can pick them out individually. Like they all just kind of mix together. That's the way that this pillar feels. It feels like
Okay.
rather than like it is affected by spells and it was you can, as you look up at the forms kind of at the top, you know, at the faces and the arms at the top of this pillar, you can feel that they were created by magic and that this pillar is basically imbued with magic, but pointing out a specific spell is nearly impossible because there are so many spells that it almost feels like an explosion of spells, you know?
Oh, veining explosion. I get it. I love this place. Can I, if I were to hone in on, is there any way, because I understand if I can't, I'm trying to find any like tethering magic, any magic
Maybe
that
this
is
is a
binding
cherry
people
Dr
to
Pepper,
this.
and you can find the cherry.
Nice. I'm just looking for that distinct. Yeah, like is there, are there souls tethered? Is there tethering, binding, anything like that?
You can feel some, I guess, souls kind of have not been magically bound to this pillar, but there are souls within the pillar.
You didn't even think to
Okay.
look through that magical spyglass. It's just spirits.
Nice.
Stupid.
Yeah, if you're gonna, I'll remove my hand if I can. If
So
not,
you
raise my
remove
other
your
hand.
hand, Caszeel. Well, right before you remove your hand, you feel someone grab your shoulder. And as you kind of turn around, it's a human male with this long blue robe. You don't see your friends. And the human male is just kind of like, yeah, you don't see anyone around, and the human male looks at you and
great.
it has this panicked look on his face where you see all kinds of people as you kind of like look past him. Like there are people running, there are of different races attacking each other. Some of them wearing robes, some of them not, you know, wearing like something else. So some of them are probably, you know, you would assume are mages, mage type. Others you can't really tell, but it does seem like some people are attacking each other with magic. Some people are attacking each other with just weapons. There are rocks being like magically like thrown across, like through the air at groups of people standing together, and they scatter. I was going to say this mailman. It's not a mailman, but this
Speedy
male
delivery.
Human, this male human looks at you with this panicked look on his face. Are you okay, friend? You better get out of here.
Hey, well, I came through the pillar. Is it supposed to do that?
I don't know what you
Is
mean.
there a pillar?
If
I
you
turn
look, there
back?
is a
What?
pillar, but
Shit.
there aren't. It's just it's more kind of uncarved rock. Like it's more of a natural texture to it.
Okay. Me. Okay. So this is Dem Glemte, right?
Yes. Are you lost? Maybe did you get hit on the head? I know. I noticed a bolt here.
I'm worried.
And just as he says that, a rock flies through the air and hits him in the side of the head, and he tumbles to the ground.
Oh no, friend, new friend.
Head
Okay.
bleeding as he lands. And as you kind of look up, a tiefling woman about 30 feet from you kind of looks at you, and she's wearing these kind of purple robes with these different colors embroidered in it, and just kind of looks at you with this utter look of hatred as she starts stepping towards you with her hand out. And not another one.
No.
And
no.
continues to step towards you,
Mhm.
and as you still hear the screaming, you still hear the yelling, and you still see these people running for their lives, attacking each other. Some you can see these kind of Goliaths being like attacking each other in the distance.
Okay.
A couple of them with swords. One kind of takes a step about 20 feet from you and like shakes the ground and knocks you back. And
So the
as that
giants,
happens,
not like
like the
race of
stone, like
Goliaths.
big stone giants.
Okay.
And as
Okay.
that happens, you, as you fall back and kind of like knock your head against the pillar,
Oh,
when you open your eyes, you see that you're back where you were. And for the rest of you, Caszeel was gone during that time.
I'm back.
There is an arrow in your face. Are you Caszeel?
Sunflowers right. I'm back. It's me. That I think.
Insight check.
What happened?
Nice. I think I might have actually gone back in time. Everything disappeared, even the pillar. I heard someone behind me. I turned around, and there was a mage. Oh, it seemed like a mage, a human man that was in blue robes and such, and was saying, "Friend, get out of here. It's dangerous." And I turned back, and the pillar was just natural stone. And then I turned back to the mage, and a stone cracked him in the head in a tiefling, red tiefling. Was it?
I didn't say the
No, sure.
color,
Okay.
but we'll say purple. No,
Okay.
yeah, purple.
Their
Let's
robes
go
are
with it.
okay.
I've already
A
said it.
purple tiefling
Yes.
in purple
So
robes
much
said,
purple.
"Not another
I know,
one,"
I know.
and started
How
chasing me.
tacky.
I know.
and I fell back, and there were mages fighting everywhere. It was this place, but the pillars were just stone. There weren't pillars, and there were giants, stone giants, fighting with grand swords in the distance, and one nearby and shot me and knocked my head back into the stone. And when I opened my eyes from that, I was back here.
Wow, sounds like
That-
quite the trip, Polo.
Nice.
Do you think-
You should get that looked at.
I get my water canteen and just calm myself with some water. Like, there was so much devastation. I think I saw I think it was that first war.
It is called the Slaughterglade. Arrow.
Wait,
Um, But do you think you were
There or
Actually
is it just the
transported-
memories?
interacted with me, so I think I was there. They both saw me as a person and reacted a bit to me. This pillar itself has a ton of magic in it, and it has that illusionary magic, but there's like a boatload of different types of magic in between its creation and whatever else has been done to it since. But they do seem to be connected in some way. The screams were just echoing out to the other pillars out here. And there's definitely souls inside. Sadly, I don't know how they don't seem to be tethered or bound, but there are definitely souls that reside in there. It doesn't even look like they're at peace. Just want to throw that out.
Let me see your spyglass.
That's a great idea, and I'll pass the spyglass over to you. Chris, no water.
You
Don't
can
look at his
you can see a little bit of glowing around, like a soft green glow around the pillar, or around any pillar that you look at, Dribble. But that's about it. Like, it just seems like it's hard to see past the stone's surface.
I'll peel it. It's a lot of. It's just green. It's not quite like. It's just like an aura. Maybe
So-
let's not touch the pillars.
Yeah, well, that's Yeah, definitely.
Like,
How many? I mean, I'm assuming there's lots,
good
lots, and lots of pillars.
Yeah, they're just kind of scattered throughout the landscape, and then along with that, along with the large stone sword, I mean the the large swords that are just kind of scattered here and there.
But there's nothing like. There's no figures in the swords or anything like that. They're just swords captured in stone.
You can't really tell. There's not one. About the closest one to you was probably like a couple of 100 feet away. It just kind of rises about probably 500 feet into the sky.
Jeez.
oh,
That's a big sword.
what was carrying that? No thanks.
Yeah.
And the different swords, there are several swords like in the landscape. Not all of them are that large, but I'd say the smallest one still goes about 100, and you would assume, maybe about 200 feet up in the air. And they're just kind of like stuck into the ground in different angles, at different angles. You can
Thank
see
you for doing
the
that.
kind of far away figures of kind of moving.
I
There's
hate
some
to
mist.
think that those. Oh, I'm sorry. That's,
No, you're fine.
I hate to think that those souls are clearly there in agony. But I don't even think there's much we can do here now.
Go back and stop the war. I'm just kidding.
Maybe. Well, I have a theory, but anyway.
That's a great
Yeah.
idea. Let's find a way to do it, guys.
Hype! Yeah.
Steph,
Yeah.
you blame us for so
Side
much.
quest 803, yeah.
I just said it out loud.
3 calendar years
What
later.
everyone watching would be thinking.
Well, let's progress on, but be very wary of these pillars and even the swords. I don't even trust the swords.
It's all very connected. Let's keep
Yeah.
that thing.
Swords don't seem that scary. I've walked around one before, but
Okay.
seems like things bother y'all a lot more than it bothers me. So, what do I know? What do I know?
Because we're so big. Cherish your smallness.
I do. Thanks. All right. So everyone starts
Right.
moving on. Polo. Okay. Well, I think when I've seen the people they've been around here, it seems like that their tent isn't where it was. Let's just go over here. Come on, follow me. And Polo will start leading you across. You will pass about from and Polo will say, "Watch out for the sword about 20 feet on your left." Since you're scared of him. And it's about 20 feet on your left. You'll pass that largest sword that just rises about 500 feet into the air. Yeah.
Can I check it out to see if there's
Sure.
anything with my sagely background that I recognize? Language, inscriptions, anything?
Sure. Make a perception check for me, please.
14.
Okay. Yeah, so you take, do you step, taking your step, you have to walk a little bit closer to it. You don't see any writing on it, and it's just so massive that you can't really take it all in,
Nice.
So,
It hurts my eyes.
but you can see that even though it's severely worn down, it is an actual blade.
Oh, shit. That's a real blade.
You can't really see like the top where the hilt and stuff is because it's so far up, but it's definitely metal, it seems, for the blade part. But again,
Gorgeous.
extremely worn down, like
Okay.
chips taken out of it.
Oh, it's seen quite a bit of fighting or waiting out here in the desert. It's chipped and worn down, but it's real metal. I don't even see any inscriptions or writing on it, so I was hoping to figure out from whence it came.
Do you have anyone back in your world that can use this?
I know of.
Nope.
Oh,
Zephyr's the name.
Do you?
so you're not that tall. Well, no, I mean, I'm too... Tegan.
Well, I mean, you've been through here a lot. I mean, you might have seen a stone giant that is that big enough.
Tegan, do I look big enough to handle this sword?
No, I said.
Look at the heft of it.
Well, I mean,
You
goes without
seem to
saying.
have far greater power than any of us.
I don't have super mouse strength.
well, I mean, it's a lot of weird
I'm
things.
not a mighty mouse.
Yeah.
How
Well,
big?
But if you were a vampire, perhaps.
If I was a vampire, but they don't. I mean, they're a little bit stronger, but I don't think even Stefano could handle this sword.
I don't think anybody can handle that sword.
How big were the
Let's go look at it.
Maybe
Giant-
Maria.
How big were the giant
She
statues?
once she became a vampire, she was really strong. Yeah, yes.
How
true.
big were the how big were the giant statue tower things on the edge of Erebus Empire? How big were those when we passed those?
Stephanie has to think. Stephanie has to think back
Nice.
on what you're referring to.
How many footballs?
Do you remember
Yeah.
the giant
Yeah.
stone statues with the really big swords?
And then like there were just statues, but then when we were fighting those like
Oh, right.
bugbears and stuff, the glowing eyes were coming closer,
Yes,
and
correct.
I'm convinced it was those statues, but we never saw.
You did say that you were convinced about those being the statues. Make a wisdom check for me, Gerbil, to see if you can kind of piece together this.
We'll say 15.
Actually, no, I think it'd be more of an intelligence check. Make an intelligence check for me. If your wisdom check's higher, we'll keep your wisdom check.
Okay.
It could be higher in your intelligence.
It's a 15.
Wow.
What are the odds?
Wow. Way to go. Way to go. Yeah, so
You try to
do
help
remember-
someone and-
you do remember their statues, even though the
Oh,
DM
wait.
had trouble remembering.
Are you still inspired?
10 minutes? That was
Technically, yeah.
When did that happen?
just before I touched the.
It's been
Same.
10
Okay.
minutes.
Okay.
Didn't want to.
So, one of many ways. So yes, you do remember the stone statues back at the border between border going. I don't remember what, but anyways, it was at the border where the rift was at, and the.
They're not connected.
This definitely seems a bit bigger. But if it's bigger, then it's only a little bit bigger. So it could match up. It's pretty close. But you can't really be like, this is the exact sword. But it's close. It's similar.
Well, I mean, I was really thinking like something that can wield it.
Sure.
So.
Yeah. Right.
All right, Polo.
Well, okay. Give me a couple of seconds. Let me just stay right here. Polo's going to kind of like start sneaking ahead a bit. And as
Don't you like this?
as Polo does that, everyone make perception checks for me, please.
This is the mouse. The mice's
17.
grand plan.
13.
Perception.
Yes.
Ooh, 26.
Nice.
All right, give me 1 second. My notes. My bada bum. All right. Let me just copy paste something really quick here, so that way I'm not flipping between two different
Copy
pages
paste
in
it.
one note. Oh, all right.
The mouse clan's grand plan to sacrifice us to something out there. Just
Yeah, altars
Okay.
where all the people
So
are.
everyone made perception checks, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Did anyone get above an 18 or above?
I got 26.
Okay. All right.
Six.
The
Hate you.
Nice. Yeah.
Caszeel, out of the corner of your eye, you see almost like take a step out of nothing. This human male with this kind of copper skin
Mhm.
and black hair that's kind of scruffy. And he's wearing these kind of like longish black and gold robes with this very tightly wrapped teal scarf around his neck. And he has some like red markings on his face. Kind of step out of nothing and with a sword drawn.
Snap my fingers back at everybody.
And just as everyone looks, you see this human male with a sword drawn to you. And who are you?
Zephyr's the name.
Passing through.
Yeah.
I haven't seen many people passing through here in the past couple of days.
Oh,
Really, we were looking. We heard that people were out here in the tent.
right, from the cafe.
And so you learned that there were people in a tent. How?
Oh, well, first it was people out here from
The scout.
Geneva at the cafe, I think. And then the mousefolk told us that they knew someone out, those same people that from the cafe went out here. And we know some people at the cafe and we're traveling through and thought, oh no,
How do you know
hope
the
they're all
cafe
right.
and how do you know Geneva?
Can I see if he has any
Aurelius.
torchlight stuff? Yeah. Okay. Yes,
Agent of
exactly. Yeah.
Aurelius. Zephyr's the name.
Deep sigh from Tegan.
Oh, you know
right,
Aurelius.
that. Hey.
Agent of Aurelius.
Torchlight Committee. Gotcha.
Zephyr
And he'll-
Torchlight.
He'll sheathe his sword.
Hmm.
Well, looks like. So, what plane did y'all come from? Demi plane. Where were y'all traveling? You got family here too?
I don't. Well, maybe. We came from the Prime.
Oh,
Hey.
you're
Material.
from the Prime. From where? From Ausbergen or?
Hey.
Has it always been called the Prime? Or is that just...
No, it's the Prime is like the main
But, like,
plane
have
where
have
actual
we
things
called it that?
happen. It's just
Prime
known
material.
that way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
You're just like, is that something Caszeel made up that's now stuck? I was just like,
Caszeel, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, okay. Interesting. We have a few. Anyways, why don't you come on over? And so he will start walking in the direction that Polo went into,
Oh.
and then we'll suddenly stop and like hold up a hand. Wait a minute. Just stay right here. And he's going to start like step into nothing again, and suddenly he's gone. And then you'll see him like appear about 3 feet away and like crouch down like he's sneaking. And you'll see Polo kind of sneaking just like a foot in front of him, like towards where y'all were heading. So this human male is like right behind Polo, sneaking. Aha!
You didn't
Got
have like
you.
a dagger. All right, good.
And
Marco.
Polo's like, hey, what? Excuse
him.
me.
he's our guide.
He's
We
with
set him
us
down.
for what it's worth.
You're with them. Yeah? I'm with them. The cool people.
Very talkative.
Okay. All right. Sorry. And he'll give him like Polo a little pat on the head.
Thank you.
Okay. Come on. Oh,
Cheeky little thing.
God. Anna's going to hate this. Just follow me. And kind of steps towards what seems to be nothing. And will kind of put a hand up, and suddenly you see an area revealed that has a few tents set up, like a few camping tents, a campfire, and also but the fire seems more like there's something over it, so it's cooking something. It's not for like warmth, of course, because it's hot here. And it's an oddly kind of medium-sized white tent kind of amidst the rest.
I'm sorry. What did you say the race of this guy was?
Human.
Person. Human.
Yes.
Aurelius is in this tent. Like, yes.
Okay.
And so, let me see here. I'm just pulling up this item. Yeah. And so you take a few steps closer. Dirk will, Dirk, now you know his name. The human male will say,
Dirk Diggler.
I'm bringing some guests. They're with the
Nuggets.
Torchlight Committee. And
Is Giuseppe Green here?
What?
I said Dirk Nuggins. Is Giuseppe Green here?
Oh no. Oh, may they ever live on in our
Throwback.
thoughts.
I think they were technically an Obsidian Star.
Out of the tent steps a seemingly human female with her brown hair kind of up in a bun on top of her head. Wet, but has a white towel draped around her, kind of wrapped around her, I mean.
Keep it in your pants. We've known him less than 30 seconds.
I'm here to help if you need it.
Anyone we recognize? Perchance?
No.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
Oh,
I'm here to help.
Sorry.
If you need it.
hey, we're here to help.
Dirk, we're supposed to be staying under cover. We're not supposed to have... You can't just... Oh, and she just turns and goes back into the tent. And Dirk turns around at the rest of you. I'm sorry. She can be a little temperamental.
Very
ASMRs,
talkative.
you know? And
About that.
leads everyone over to where like there's some extra like kind of little like logs and stones kind of set on a different area than where they're seemingly cooking the food to stay away from the heat of the fire, you would assume. And we'll kind of like step over there to you and take the group of you over there and feel free to sit down. Do you need any food? Is everyone okay? I haven't eaten.
I think we could.
Most, yeah. Okay. And stepping out from one of the tents, you'll see seemingly a child with long black hair that kind of goes over her shoulder, and she's holding a violin in one hand and the bow in the other, and this kind of like knee-length red dress. And just kind of looks at all of you without saying anything, and then just kind of turns and goes back into her tent.
Oh. I'll spin my bow around.
Mia, have you eaten? Have you eaten anything yet, Mia? The girl will kind of stop and turn and just kind of shake her head. Please, these people seem okay. You'll be fine. Mia just kind of like looks at the rest of you and just kind of goes over and sits down and waits. Dirk will get some bowls together, and we'll put some soup from the campfire where they have something cooking over there that seems like a stew that he will give all of you.
Stone soul stew.
If you
You
take
gonna-
a bite,
you can eat
it's
that?
not the best, but it's food. Little stringy, little gamey.
Thank you
But
for
yeah, yeah.
I could go
Thank you for
either
the
way.
food.
Yeah,
Real quick, out of character,
yeah.
because it's driving me crazy.
Sure,
Because I don't trust my notes.
sure.
Was Dirk one of the names Geneva mentioned?
I mean, I think
Like, okay. 'Cause
if
I
she
did- I
mentioned
did write
names,
it-
if she mentioned any names to you, yes.
Okay, yeah, because I have Anna, I got Mia, I got Barrow, I got Val. So
If I forgot Dirk, then there was,
Hey, Dirk.
there was a Dirk. Okay,
right. There was supposed to be a Dirk. Yes.
because
Imposter.
okay, sorry, because I was being, I was like, I was in like gerbil, like doesn't trust anybody mode, but these other people were names I recognized from my list, so I just wanted to make sure in case my notes were wrong.
Yeah. No problem. No problem.
Alright. Gerbil's nowhere near as panicked as he was.
Nice.
Another
Transportation.
female will come out from the spa tent, fully dressed this time, with it's kind of a darker skin with this dark wavy hair and this kind of blue headband and this very. She's dressed in very light clothes and very colorful. That seem to kind of just drape and just kind of flow behind her. And she has a lute that she'll kind of step over to the group as she kind of like fools with it a bit and kind of strums it. Ah, I see we have guests. Great. Pleasure to meet you all. Hi.
Pleasure.
And she'll kind of sit down and kind of strum a few things. Mia will kind of sit down her soup and start kind of stringing a bit on her violin as well. Dirk will sit down with a bowl of something. So, what brings... you all seem like an interesting lot. And he'll kind of grab another bowl and give it to Polo. Ah, thanks! I think. And he'll start kind of like... wait. Yeah. Yes, Mouse? There's no mice in this, right? Kind of looks at at the female with the lute, and she shakes her head no. Nope, you're good. Come back. Okay, I'm gonna start eating.
Nice.
So, tell us your story. I'm sure Anna will be out in a bit. That's the one that came out of the tent. We also have, I think Valhalla is, she's out looking at the perimeter. Got
I
it.
see.
Yeah. And then we have another one with us. Stephanie. Notes.
Barrow, the Firbolg. That's the one I have on my list.
Yes. Who somehow escaped my notes.
Oh no.
Interesting. But yes, Barrow. Yes, Barrow. Yes. Okay.
Actually, Tegan will take a bowl of soup.
Oh, nice. All right.
And I just look at Caszeel like, all right, this is your job.
Right. So we have. There's so much to share. Yeah, nice. But first and foremost, is Aurelius? Do you know where he is? Is he all right? He went missing.
No. We yeah. I didn't know that he was missing. That's weird. Are you sure that he just didn't wander off? He kind of looks at Mia,
The cafe
who
is
kind of
nearly
like
destroyed.
rolls her eyes and smirks.
The cafe is nearly destroyed.
Hey,
Geneva's trapped there.
hey.
That
Red
Place is in
crystals.
disarray.
I know the last time that we were there, Aurelius was in quite the state. Very paranoid about the library, and things were getting worse here. So,
Do you still consider yourselves members of the Torchlight Committee?
And then sitting down will be like all of a sudden like you'll look up and sitting down will be the female that came out of the tent earlier, fully dressed now in this kind of like white dress. It's kind of like mid-thigh length. Her wings are out. And
Oh.
her hair is, you didn't really notice it before since she, had like a towel like around her head as well, but her hair is kind of glowing. Her eyes are this kind of different colors and kind of glow themselves. And she kind of sits down and kind of adjusts her wings behind her. What do you
God
think?
have wings.
Oh.
Dirk speaks up. Yes, I guess. Our gig wasn't that bad. We just needed to come back because Barrow, the other one that's with us, Firbolg, he has family here. He's actually from Dem Glemte. So went to check on them, which we haven't heard back from him. Anna, do you want to go and check on Valhalla and see if she's okay? Sure, I can do that. She'll kind of like get up and kind of go outside the barrier. Valhalla is her and Barrow kind of a thing. So, but yeah.
Barrow's family in Altar.
No, they're in a place called
There's
Irast.
a Firbolg. There's a Firbolg village to the north. It was in Mortis.
Well, from here it's to the south.
Yeah, no, to the south. You're right.
Between
See,
here
I wrote it in my list. I
and-
just didn't write it down.
between kind of closer to here, but between here and the altar. Haven't made it down to the altar yet. Actually, looking forward to having a bit of fun.
Good. We're headed there ourselves. See, on the way, we had figured with all these pillars and strange things out here, we figured we'd take looks at, I'll kind of explain what happened
Sure.
when we test it. Has anything like that happened to you, or do you know what is happening with the pillars and such?
Oh. You touched one of the pillars?
Hey,
We were.
it's-
Yeah, we did not. Barrow told us to stay away from them, so we stayed away. What happened when you touched one of the pillars? Please, indulge
I'll
us.
tell them the story, yeah.
Sure.
But like in grand spectacle, of course.
Fascinating.
And then right?
At this point, like Mia and Hannah both have stopped playing, and have kind of like looked, and are just kind of like watching you as you're telling the story. It wrapped.
Stone slow.
And I may have said the names wrong before. The child's name is Hannah. The dark-skinned female with the dark hair and wearing kind of like the colorful robe, that is Mia.
Ah, okay.
Sorry. I realized just now that I think I introduced the child as Mia.
Okay.
Okay.
So many names.
And who is the one with the wings?
That is Anna.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Well, a big part of why we came out this way was just to make sure that our fellow Torchlight committee folks were all okay. It looks like they're doing very well out here.
Or, again, did you answer the question earlier? Do you still consider yourselves part of the committee?
Sure. I don't know what that's going to look like. I guess it depends on what Barrow finds. With things going haywire here, I would like to continue our work on Traska, but I don't know. I worry
Is
about...
that one of Aurelius's planes in the bell jar?
Yes. Yeah, we were the adventuring party going out there. We had been there for a bit and just traveled back I guess maybe a week ago now.
Yeah.
Gerbill's
Do
gonna
you-
kind of
Yeah.
throw a rock at Zevver. You know
I'm
how
sorry?
he said. You know how he said the cafe was attacked. Aurelius is missing. We found the bell jar smashed in his office.
I'm sorry.
Mia and Hannah will stop playing again and just kind of look. Huh. That's, sudden.
Aurelius didn't just wander off. He was taken by the library. Geneva is still trapped in the cafe. She cannot leave the building. The crystals are trapping her. She gave us your names. And it was just by chance this mouse happened to see you out here.
Right. That's, it's unfortunate. It was an interesting demi-plane. I think that, are you sure that they were all shattered? They were all broken?
Well, we didn't know how many bell jars were there to begin with, but the ones that were there were destroyed.
It kind of looks to Mia. I would say that there are probably 50 or more.
Oh.
How many remains? Because they were all over the floor, right? So
Yeah, and Geneva did say he took some with him.
Mm-hmm.
Did she?
I
don't think she
believe.
did.
I'm pretty sure
I
she
don't
did.
know.
Okay.
I think it was.
I have a distinct memory of it.
Okay.
I feel like I remember hearing something like that, but I don't know if that was like an actual in character thing for us talking. I don't know.
Or some were taken by
I
something. Or
She said
someone.
maybe. I don't know.
Some weren't broken.
clearing it up out of character meta. She didn't know what happened. She didn't see Aurelius leave.
Oh, okay.
Like he was taken. So she wouldn't have seen him leave with any.
We also have a friend that, well, that makes two probably, that are being held at the library. Do you have any knowledge of that place? How to any sneaky or secretive ways in or out? Anything in case we wanted to get Aurelius out?
Well, we can talk to Barrow. I think kind of looks to me again. I think he's the only one from here. Well, Mia will kind of nod towards the child who has already started playing again. We don't really know about this one, but yeah. Well, I mean, we've asked her. She doesn't. I know. Yeah. We've never had to deal with the library. We just were hired on by Aurelius to, given a plane, a demi-plane, and we went. We didn't really, I knew of them from him talking, and especially when we came back, he was extremely paranoid about them. But beyond that, I don't know. Is that Barrow might know since he's from here, but I'm not really sure. The rest of us are from Osbergen or from continents surrounding, so.
I see. Are you waiting for Barrow to come back?
Yes.
From his village.
Yeah. He went out there. Probably about 2 days ago.
Alright.
So I know it takes, I think, a day to walk out there. So I just figure that he's checking in, making sure everything's okay. But I know that Val's pretty worried. But
Did you, in your investigation, in your plane, find anything of note?
it was, in all accounts and purposes, it was a pretty, I mean, it was a nice plane. We enjoyed our time there, but nothing sinister or
No.
off the
Mages,
rails of exploring
possessed.
any place.
Is the winged woman still there? Hannah?
Anna, she went to check on Val.
Oh,
and so
they're the
she
ones
stepped
outside.
outside
Okay.
the perimeter of the area, so you can't even see her
Gotcha.
now.
Thank you. Sorry.
What are you thinking that we're going to see?
Oh, I don't know what. I assume Aurelius sent you to investigate the Shiga in the plane, or what did he send you to investigate?
The plane itself. He didn't know about them. I mean, these weren't planes that he created himself, at least not that I know of. He had no knowledge of what they contained, so he wanted someone to find out what was inside the bell jar.
How? Because we were hired to investigate why planes were disappearing, with our primary focus being on Nosbergen in the material plane. And how long has it been since you've been back?
About a week? Maybe a week and a half. Took us a while to travel out here.
What was the last big news you remember in Osbergen?
Oh, not. Oh, you mean from when we traveled
Yeah,
in, from when we left
back-
for went to Traska.
Yes.
The
When was
demiplane.
last?
Oh, we were there, Mia, about 2 years. Yeah.
There's a lot going on in Osbergen right now.
And
And as you say that, Anna will come bursting through the barrier, as well as this elven woman, tall with this very long, kind of coppery, orangey red hair that flows just past her shoulders, and wearing this kind of green, almost like leafy dress. Both looking very panicked. And Anna will say, Dirk, we just got word that Barrow's village, there was an avalanche of sorts, some rocks. It's completely covered. He needs, I think we might need to go and help him, dig some of his people out.
Look around at everyone.
Firbolg will already be standing
I
up.
would love to help you.
And that spell will
help?
end tonight's session.
All right.
So, Thank you, players. Thank you, chat, for being here. Much appreciated. You're the best. Let's go ahead and the schedule. What? That wasn't even a sentence. Let's go ahead and take a look at the schedule, Stephanie. Mondays,
Nice.
Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. We have D&D 5e content at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern Time, as well as on Saturdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time with Tower of Dreams, as well as D&D adjacent content on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We usually have Dungeon Craft with Steph and Vic. Won't be happening this week, but we're looking to return with it next week, so right after Memorial Day weekend. And on Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, we have Mad Art with Steph, where I work on some fan art for the various campaigns on the stream. Also, we have a Patreon, so if you're looking for ways to support the channel, great way to do so. Not only do you get some really cool things, but we get more back. So it's a preferred way to support, again, if you're looking for that opportunity. So we'll go ahead and raid over to someone. Dan, did you pull up anyone?
Yes. Let me see. I think the ones that I pulled up might be finishing, but let's give them a shot.
Okay.
Fae, Fiends, and Friends. Let's see. Okay. When you're we'll click the button when you give the go ahead. We're ready to go.
Oh, that's fine. Let's go for it. Yeah, thank you for again being here. We'll see you next week. Give a caw-caw in the chat, and until later, bye.
Oh, caw-caw.